Dear NASA, how'd you push God to the back and put faith in mankind? The eagle has landed. Buzz said that's not a bad line. He said it would have been scary, but it never happened. Ask him to swear on a Bible and you get your eye blackened. Outer space, dark as night with no stars in the skies, because the positions of the constellations in pictures would reveal their lies. Intersecting shadows from multiple light sources, the miracle of two suns or dark and evil forces. A rookie film mistake? Now, please don't think I'm crazy, but I heard it wasn't directed by Martin Scorsese. They thought that a sci-fi director would be more fun. They got the guy that did A Space Odyssey 2001. Well, I was born in 72, a little late to the game, but I was soon taken in by that lunar landing fame. I had a cool toy 3-stage Saturn V rocket, an Apollo 11 patch on my front jacket pocket. So many books about landing on the moon, I consumed all things NASA with a fork and a spoon. I pored over photos that their cameras caught, and dreamt of the day I'd be an astronaut. Like Barbara Eden's genie to her astronaut master, the thoughts on my mind were a slave to NASA. It was yes, NASA this, and yes, NASA that. Dang, if NASA were made of sugar, that little boy would have been fat. At 5, I took a trip to Edwards Air Force Base, met Space Shuttle Enterprise face to face. Attached to the top of a 747, Space Shuttle love was born. I was in 7th heaven. When coming into land, there's a sonic boom to warn ya. I was raised just over the hill in Bakersfield, California. In the yard, staring at the sky for a glimpse, boom, boom. Then I run back to the TV in our living room. Touchdown, another Space Shuttle mission complete. Ship it back to Kennedy, wash, rinse, repeat. And so went my childhood obsession with space, long before I thought that NASA lied to my face. When you put your faith and trust in the arm of man, you kick God to the curb and disregard his plan. You'll mock and shame those with differing views and believe everything on the mainstream news. But when you catch someone lying 5 times out of 10, you wonder how honest were they the other 5 times then. I was the boy, then the man that dreamt of life beyond our skies. Oh, NASA, my dear NASA, you tell such sweet and wonderful lies. 12886 on the calendar, a very special day for Space Shuttle Challenger. Every school tuned in all across the nation to watch the launch on their local news station. Concerned engineers requested a delay until temperatures could rise a little later that day. They said when cold, the rocket's O-rings would shrink. NASA said we know with a smile and a wink. So 7 astronauts died that day while I sat in 8th grade math, at least that's what they say. But 6 people with nearly identical names and faces are still living happy lives in different places. Just like that movie I saw called Wag the Dog, a public-private partnership fraught with Hollywood fraud. Flying harnesses and hairsprayed hair standing on end, stiff as a board refusing to bend, transparent people, green screen CGI and floating pins, or the curve of the earth through a fish-eyed lens. Soviet space race moonwalk, the USA wins, but deceptions are lies and lies are sins. Bubbles in space, what do we have to thank? Spacewalks filmed underwater in a giant tank. A photographer in scuba gear swimming in space, reflected in the glass across an astronaut's face. Kennedy Space Center was my favorite vacation destination because of my lifelong space exploration fascination. With family and friends 3 times with my wife, took the whole damn tour and had the time of my life. Trust me when I say that it's hard for me to believe that something that I loved so much was created to deceive. An acronym for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. In Hebrew, the word NASA is to beguile or deceive by interpretation. Those with ears to hear and eyes to see, half the world is woken up and it's not just me. The earth is flat or a globe, I just don't know. Don't think it's too much to expect the truth about it, though. When you put your faith and trust in the arm of man, you kick God to the curb and disregard his plan. You'll mock and shame those with differing views and believe everything on the mainstream news. But when you catch someone lying 5 times out of 10, you wonder how honest were they the other 5 times then. I was the boy, then the man that dreamt of life beyond our skies. Oh, NASA, my dear NASA, you tell such sweet and wonderful lies.